Hello and welcome to the Driving in Wyoming podcast. This is Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. Today we're going to talk about the 2014 Mazda 3. Now as we drove it, it was the 2014 Mazda 3S 5-door Grand Touring. That's a small hatchback, but there is also a sedan design for this car. I think I would prefer the hatchback myself because it has better versatility. This full redesign from Mazda brings a lot of new standard equipment and an award-winning new interior with a full Skyactiv suite for power, safety, and efficiency. It makes this car very, very compelling. The 2014 Mazda 3 has two engine options. There's two trim levels and two sub-trim levels. So you can get a 2.0 liter or a 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine. Both are Skyactiv gasoline, and the trim levels are I or S. Sub-trims for those are SV and Grand Touring. The S is the sport model, and the I is the fuel efficiency option with Mazda's IE Loop mild hybrid system. Our test model was a 2014 Mazda S in the 5-door hatchback with the Grand Touring. For reference, the base price for a 5-door Mazda 3 is $18,945, and for the sedan, it's $16,945. As we drove it, it was $29,495. So if you load it up with all the goodies you can get, it's still under $30,000. And that's a car that seats 5 very easily. It's also a beautiful little car. Mazda extended the wheelbase about 2.5 inches and widened it proportionally, which gives the car a bigger feel without changing its drive dynamics. It's a lot roomier inside because of that, though. Going with that size, the 2014 Mazda 3 also gains a lower stance and a more aggressive grille treatment, so it's more in line with the rest of the Mazda lineup. Now, if you remember, we really liked the Mazda 6. It's a great and beautiful looking mid-size sedan. The Mazda 3 now looks much more like it. But it still retains its own little style. In the hatchback form, it doesn't have the same curvature on the roof. It's a little more sporty and straight. The running board cut along the bottom of the doors comes upward a little bit to denote a little more speed. It's just a great looking little car. Now, the trim level will change mostly what you're going to have on the inside of the car. Our Grand Touring model had leatherette seating, sunroof, dual-zone climate, 7-inch screen, power-adjustable driver's seat, a rear-view camera, some heated front seats, and a bunch of other stuff. The S package also includes paddle shifters, bi-xenon and LED exterior lighting, and a great little heads-up display that's above the driver's side on the dash. For anyone who gets into the 2014 Mazda 3, no matter the trim level, the first thing you'll note is the beautiful interior and the huge amount of comfort. This is the most comfortable car in this segment, bar none. I don't think I've been in luxury cars in this segment that were as comfortable as this Mazda 3. They did a phenomenal job, and there's a reason it won Ward's 10 Best hands down this year. It is a great interior, and that's probably the real highlight for this car right now. There's a lot of little nuances in the interior, and you can check out our interior review to get those. That published not too long ago, so it's right here on our YouTube channel. Under the hood, we're going to look at the 2.5 liter four-cylinder engine. You can get the 2.0 liter if you want, which produces 155 horsepower and 150 pound-feet of torque. 2.5 is a lot sportier, has 184 horsepower and 185 pound-feet of torque. The 2.0 is actually still pretty quick. A lot of publications have given it about 8.5 seconds, 0 to 60. That is more than respectable in this segment. Most cars are getting close to 11 seconds, so that's still very, very fast. The 2.5 is a sub 7 seconds, 0 to 60. It's extremely fast for the segment. I did the exit 1 on-ramp test. I did that 3 times in a row as I usually do, and did it, it's a quarter-mile on-ramp. It has a slight curve in it. It's a 3% steady grade the whole way, and I start from 0 at the bottom every single time, and I was merging onto the freeway at 97. So this is a very fast car. That's on par with a lot of sports cars I've tried that in. So that should give you an idea of how sporty this little car is. And yet, with that, it has phenomenal fuel economy. The 2.5 liter has a 32 miles per gallon combined rating, 39 on the highway and 28 in the city. If you decide to go with the 2.0, which will save you a little bit of money, you'll get a couple mile per gallon out of that. It gets 41 on the highway and 30 in the city for a 34 average. With IE Loop, you add about 1 mile per gallon across the board. So you gain one city highway and another one in the average. So that's it's an option if you want to go that direction. If you do a lot of highway driving, you might want to go with that 2.0. But if you really, really like to feel like you're getting somewhere and you're doing it quick, you should upgrade to the 2.5. That brings us to being on the road. The Mazda 3 is very sporty and very fun to drive. It's also practical. It seats 5 very easily, plenty of cargo space for all your stuff. In our time, we drove both on the highway and in the city. We had 2 adults, and sometimes we had 2 adults and 2 children in safety seats. Never once did we feel the car was too small for us. It's comfortable, has a relatively low amount of road noise in comparison to some others in this segment. It handles well, whether the weather's good or bad. We had both. We had that freak ice storm while I had this car. It did very well, and no matter what. It has a powerful response to that throttle, and it pushes everybody back in their seat in a fun way. It's in no way overwhelming, and it gives you a lot of confidence on the road. It's also easy to park and very maneuverable, and handles itself well in parking lots because it's a compact car. So, to bring it all together, 2014 Mazda S Grand Touring is a beautiful little car with a lot of style, a near-perfect interior, and it has just a lot of fun presence on the road. Even in the smaller 2-liter engine, we're told it's a great little goer, but with the 2.5 like we had, it was just a blast. It's fun, it's practical, and it's economical. What else do you want out of a compact car? So, for Driving in Wyoming, this has been Aaron from AaronOnAutos.com. We'll talk to you again soon.